Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the walkthrough for the season 131 of the Tournament of Power. I will show you how to target and position correctly for all 12 fights in the yellow line. So this is my team that I will be using. It will have 2 yellow, 2 purple, 2 green, 1 blue and 1 red, and this is very important. You need to have the same exact color as me. You don't need the same characters, just take the best that you have from tier 2 or tier 1, but you need the same color. Now, avoid any tier 3 or tier 4 character. Use 0 of them. It's very important for this season. The score is going to be very high, so get as many boosted characters as you can. If you have the new Rose, you're going to use him in your team and you're going to remove this blue unit I have and put your Rose. If you are using the red Vegeta, the new one from Xenoverse, you're going to remove this red unit and you're going to put him in your team. The Trunks is farmable and free to get to 4 star. If you do not have him, go get him and come back to this video and you will be using him in every fight. Same for Vegeta and Rose if you have them obviously. If you don't know how to get the Trunks, there is a video on screen, you can go watch it and you will know how to do it. Now for the rest, it's pretty simple. You're gonna go based on your box from tier 2 and tier 3 character. You basically just filter by PO plus future or future plus Vegeta clan. Both have 15%. You're gonna check both tag and you're gonna just have 2 yellow, 2 purple, 2 green, 1 blue and 1 red. I'm not using the best characters ever. I wanted to go with characters that are not art boosted because art boost give you a huge advantage, and I wanted to show you how you can get the highest post possible without any art boost and so on, and this is a good baseline. Maybe I will do an art boost run on next week and we will see the difference, but this week it will be just regular characters without any art boost. Now, how do you check what are the best character you have from tier 2? It's very simple. You just have filters in game. For example, you go for a future powerful opponent and you're gonna here filter by power level. It's gonna do from descending, so from best to worst, and you're gonna do that. For example, you want to know what are the best yellow in your squad, and you're gonna take the 2 best and you're gonna put them here. In my squad, I'm gonna have the Zenkai Cell and Yellow Goku Black as the 2 best yellows. So if you wanted to take the best possible, you're gonna take them and you're gonna put them in your squad. You're gonna do the same for purple and so on. Just make sure to have the Trunks. Do not remove him. Do not remove Rose or the Xenoverse Vegeta if you have them. And you're gonna go for that. For example, this cell is better than Vegeta. I'm gonna put the cell and so on. But remember, I want to go without any art boost, so I just choose the best non-art boosted character for me, and that's why I didn't take the purple cell, or I did not take the yellow cell. I can take the Goku Black technically, but let's go with the 2 free to play. It's not gonna be a big difference. Also check the Vegeta clan future characters. They will have also 15%, and take the best yellows, the 2 best yellow that have the highest power level, the 2 best purple and so on. Do not take any tag unit. Tag units are pretty bad, so avoid taking this tag Vegeta and Trunks even if they have the highest power level. I wouldn't advise you any tag unit because they will change color and we cannot put them in the top row. So just make sure your team are not tag characters, they do not switch color, and make sure they have the highest power level. Obviously you can go with art boosted character that will do better. It's just for me, I'm handicapping myself a little bit, but for you, go with the highest stat character you have. Do not have anyone below 7 star. This is extremely important because you cannot use the clash equip, and this season is pretty difficult, so having low star character is not gonna work. The only exception is gonna be the Xenoverse characters, so Trunks, Goku Black and Vegeta, but Goku Black and Vegeta you can get them for free to 7 star with Hoi Poi, so they should be above 7 star, and only Trunks is gonna be the character below 7 star, but it will be fine for him. I'll show you how to avoid any unnecessary damage on him and he will be okay, and he will be in every single fight. Same for Vegeta and Trunks if you have them. For the equipment, it's gonna be the same as always. The only difference is the characters below 7 star. They cannot use the clash equip here, so I would advise you to use a silver equip on them, and mainly it's gonna be the Trunks. So if you can farm just a random silver equip on him, for example the purple one, it can work and it should be fine. As you can see here, I just found like a bunch I upgraded them and I had an A and I put it here. That's all for my team. Let me just show you the friendship, I suppose. Everyone is friendship 10 because they're older unit, but yeah, friendship is not gonna be that important. If you want to friendship, you have some time and start later on. Now let's get to fight number 1. Let's go to the left hand side and it's fight number 1 with all the cells, and you're gonna have a revival cell and he has 2 HP bar, actually 1.5 HP bar because they revive with 50% HP. Now here is my team. We're gonna do a red top row strategy. You can also do blue top row strategy, but I think red is gonna be easier to full KO with, and it's gonna be pretty difficult to full KO in this fight because of the 2 life with cell. We have no supers and also there is transforming cell. So what I'm doing is having the 2 yellows in the bottom row. They're gonna be the slowest in my team. I'm gonna have one of my blues, the purple, well, the Xenoverse Trunks obviously, plus the green here in my middle row. If you have Rose, you're gonna put him instead of the Cell. If you have the Vegeta, the Xenoverse Vegeta, you're gonna put him instead of the red Zamasu. Pretty simple in terms of positioning. You're not gonna need the extra purple or extra green here. Remember, because this is the first fight, I will remind you, tag unit are not good. So if one of your yellows or one of your greens is a tag unit, remove them. Do not have any tag unit and make sure everyone is tier 2 or tier 1, like I explained in the intro. For the targeting itself, we're gonna have a red in the top row. We're gonna target the transforming cell first because he will have extra start turn 2. We're gonna try to eliminate him quickly. Then we're gonna go with the purple. We have double yellow slow. That's why we're gonna go with him second. And after that, we're gonna go actually with the revival cell. Now, usually I used to go with the revival unit at the end, but I think it's not optimal when you don't have art boost because you're gonna struggle to full KO. So taking him early on, like before 6th, between like 2 to 5 is more optimal. So we're gonna take him third, and we should take the full turn to attacking him, and we might eliminate him by the start of turn 3. Fourth is gonna be the purple cell, the other one. Fifth is the yellow free to play cell, and we finish with the higher star cell, which is the old summonable one. Here is my team, if you don't remember, and we're gonna go with the transforming unit, then the purple with the double yellow attacking, then the revival. It's gonna take a while to eliminate him, but we have to do it. After that, it's gonna be purple, yellow, and yellow. And I'm taking the higher star one, at the end. Let's see the result. I'm not sure we can full KO because we don't have any art boost and we have some free to play units. Yeah, we didn't manage to finish this cell. We survived with a little bit of HP, which is fine. First fight, if you don't full KO, it's expected with a revival unit. Now let's move on to fight number 2. For this fight, we're gonna go with yellows in the top row. There is another way to go about it with purples in the top row, but most people don't have the strong high star. So I don't think it's worth it, and we will go with the yellow one, which is much simpler since we should have 2 yellows in our team. Now we're gonna have our 2 yellows in the top row. They will take all the damage from the enemy teams. We're gonna have 1 blue in the middle. This is gonna be very, very important for our team because he's gonna be the one responsible to eliminate the red quickly. Here you're gonna have double green, but if you have the Vegeta, you're gonna use him here in the team instead of one of the green, the one that is weaker for you. And you're gonna have 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red in the middle row. Of course, if you have Rose, you're gonna use him instead of the blue cell here. And in the bottom row, we're gonna have the Strongs. Everyone in the team apart from the yellows will heal, so if they drop low HP, it's gonna be a good way to heal them this fight. And make sure to have your Trunks as the purple, not the other one, because of the extra points. For the targeting, we're gonna take the red first, obviously, because our yellow will be exposed if we don't. Then the green, we have a purple attacking rate. Then it's gonna be the blue, then the green again, and 2 purples at the end. Here is the team with 2 yellows in the top row, and we're gonna do the red, then the green, then the blue, then the green, and we finish with the 2 purples. Very simple fight, basically just this guy took some damage and we full KO'd, no problem. Now let's move on to the next fight, which is number 3. We're gonna have 3 blue enemies, so you're gonna put your 2 greens in the top row. You're gonna have whichever with the highest special gauge in the bottom here, 74% for Trunks on the extra blue card damage. This yellow tile will give you extra damage for your blue card. In the middle row, you're gonna have double purple. Here you're gonna have one yellow. If you have the new Vegeta, you're gonna remove one of the purples for Vegeta, and obviously it's not gonna be Trunks, so your other purple is gonna go out, and Vegeta is gonna come here. And in the bottom, we're gonna have a solo blue unit, and it's gonna be Rose if you have Rose. Here between the yellows, I would say just bench the one with the highest special gauge if you want him to super the next fight, because it's gonna be more difficult. And this cell doesn't have any special gauge, this guy is gonna super, so I'm benching this guy. Or if one of the yellows is very low HP, below 70%, you're gonna take him this fight so you can heal him. But both of my yellows are pretty healthy. For the targeting, it's gonna be the following. The 3 blues will go at the end, and I will take the Gohan last because he will transform and have more stats. The purple need to go first, the red second, and green will go third. This is my team. And this fight, you're gonna have this Frieza who's gonna transform the red one, but it's gonna be turn 1, so we cannot do much about it. Alright, pretty good. Everyone is healthy, we're full KO with everyone. Now let's move on to the next fight, which is the fight with the revival unit. We have 2 purple enemies, 2 blue enemies. I would advise yellows for the top row in this one. We cannot do greens in the top row because of the 2 purple enemies. We cannot eliminate them quick enough, so they will attack us type advantage if we take greens into top row. So we default with 2 yellows in the top row. In the middle row, I'll do 2 greens and the red. Now, unless you have the rose, what you're gonna do is remove one of the greens and put the rose in the middle row. Plus, you're gonna have 1 green and 1 red. And the other red could be the Vegeta. Now, if you don't have Vegeta but you have Rose, you can keep double green and 1 blue, and it should do it. It's gonna be perfectly fine. But if you have Vegeta, I would do 1 green, 1 red, and 1 blue. Other than that, if you have like your greens like very weak, low star or so on, or you don't think both of them can kill a blue quickly, you can remove the red here and put a blue next to them, and it should be fine. For me, it shouldn't be a problem because one of them is gonna super and we are attacking a blue first, so he will die without any problem. Other than that, we're gonna have our purple in the bottom row, and it's gonna be the Xenoverse Trunks, obviously. For the targeting, it's gonna be the blue first with our double green. He should be eliminated without any issue. Then it's gonna be the tag unit, there will be green turn 1, so our purple will attack type advantage. Then third is gonna be the Rildo, the yellow one. Thirdly, we should attack with our red early on type advantage. Then it's gonna be Revival 13, and I would advise to attack him early on if you don't have an art boosted team, because he has a 1.5 HP bar, and we should be able to kill that quicker than 2 HP bar fully. Then after that, it's gonna be the 2 purples at the end. Revival Cooler doesn't revive in TOP, remember, so it shouldn't be an issue, and hopefully we should full KO without a problem because we have some super stack up. So first blue, then the tag unit, then yellow, then blue, then it's gonna be the 2 purples at the end. Perfect, everyone is pretty healthy apart from the 2 yellows. Now we can move on to the next fight, which is gonna be number 5. We got 2 purple, 2 green enemies. We can do either yellows or purples in the top row, but I would advise purples for this one because our yellows took some hits in the last fight and we need to heal them a little bit for the next couple of fights, and we're gonna need our yellows for the end of the TOP run where they're gonna be in 3 different fights. So what we're gonna do is have our 2 purples in the top row. We're gonna have 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 green in the middle, and only 1 of the yellows in the bottom. I took this cell because he's gonna super and there is an extra special move gauge, so I took him here. But I would advise you to take whatever is lower HP so you can heal him a little bit. In this fight, it's not gonna be a super difficult one. If you have the Rose, you're gonna use him instead of the cell. If you have the Vegeta, the red one from Xenoverse, you're gonna use him instead of red Zamasu. For the targeting, we're gonna take out the yellow enemy first, obviously, then it's gonna be a purple, then a red, then a purple, and we're gonna finish with the double green since we have purples in the top row. So yellow, purple, red, purple, and the 2 greens at the end. Pretty good in terms of HP, even our yellow healed a little bit, which is great. Now let's move on to fight number 6. We're gonna do some greens in the top row since you have 2 blue enemies. We have here double yellow in the middle, 1 purple. If you have the Vegeta, you're gonna remove one of the yellows and put the Vegeta in the middle. And I would advise you to remove the yellow that is higher HP. You're gonna try to heal the other one. And we are trying to heal our yellows during this couple of fights. In the bottom, you're gonna have a blue. If you have Rose, you're gonna put Rose instead of that cell that I'm having in my team. For targeting, the purple enemy will go first, so he doesn't damage our greens. Then we're gonna go with the red. We have a blue attacking late. Then it's gonna be the two yellows, and we finish with the two blues at the end of the fight. So here is my team, and we're gonna do the purple first, then the red, then the yellows, and we finish with the two blues. Great, now let's move on to the next fight, which is number 7. There is a lot of flexibility in this fight, apart from the two purples in the top row, obviously, since we're gonna take the two green enemies at the end. You can have double yellow if you want in this fight, and put them here instead of the blue unit, and it should work perfectly fine. If you don't want to take the green unit for this one because you want to save a super, you can do double yellow in the middle and the blue can drop in the bottom, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. For me, I want to save a super from this Zamasu and this cell, so I'm gonna go with this setup. We're gonna have one red, yellow, and blue in the middle, and if you have the Xenoverse Vegeta, you're gonna put him instead of Zamasu. If you have the Rose, you're gonna put him instead of this blue cell. We're also gonna have one green solo in the bottom row. I took the one that is not gonna super. Other than that, if you want to heal both of your yellows because they are still low HP, you can put both of them like this. Or if only one of them is low HP, I'll take him to this fight. But I'm not taking first form Cell because he has a super and I want to save it for the next fight. In terms of targeting, the yellow enemy need to go first, then it's gonna be the blue, after that the purple, red, and we finish with the two greens. I'm finishing with the two greens because we have two purples in the top row. So yellow, blue, purple, red, and we finish with the two green. Perfect, everyone is pretty healthy, we full KO'd. Now let's move on to the next fight, which is number 8. This is one of the last fights you can heal your yellows. It's number 8 and number 10 where you don't need the yellows in the top row. Number 9, 11 and 12 you will need them. So if one of your yellows is low HP, you're gonna take him for this fight. I would advise you to take the one that is lower HP. If both are high HP, take the strongest for this fight. We're gonna have two greens in the top row because we're gonna eliminate the blue enemy last, and we're gonna have a blue in the bottom row. He's gonna be the slowest in the team, or among the slowest with the two greens. We're also gonna have one yellow, one red, and one purple. If you have the new Vegeta, you're gonna put him instead of the Zamasu. If you have the new Rose from Xenoverse, you're gonna put him instead of this blue cell. We don't need the second purple and the other yellow. Like I said, it just depends on who is healthy for you. We're gonna take out the purple enemy first, the red second, third is gonna be a green, then fourth yellow, and double blue will go at the end. This is pretty easy fight overall. We shouldn't be struggling too much, and hopefully we don't take too much damage and we can heal our yellows. Perfect, just the two greens took damage, our yellow cell is max HP, and we full KO'd everyone. Now let's move on to fight number 9. So in this one, we're gonna take out the two purples at the end and we have yellows in the top row. We're gonna have in the middle our Xenoverse Trunks, one of the blues and one of the reds. If you have like the new Vegeta, you take him instead of the Zamasu, and if you have the new Rose, you're gonna take him instead of the blue cell. And in the bottom, we're gonna have a solo green. I would advise you just to take your strongest green. You don't have to take one to heal him. For example, this one is lower HP. I'm not gonna need some healing because he's not going to the top row anymore, so your strongest green will do the job for this one. In terms of targeting, we're gonna take out the red first, so to protect our yellows, then the blue Vegeta second, because he transformed turn 2, we're gonna try to do as much damage to him in base form before he gets the extra start. Then it's gonna be the yellow enemy green, and we finish with the double purple. Here is my team with the two yellows in the top row. We're gonna go with the red, blue, yellow, green, and we finish with the double purple. Very easy fight. Our yellows took some damage, we need to heal them next fight. And let's move on to this one, which is on the right hand side. This is the last battle where we need purples in the top row, so we're gonna put both here. Unless your like Trunks is very low HP, below 50% HP, you might want to put him in the bottom, but he should be pretty healthy at the moment. In the middle row, we're gonna have double yellow. We're going to try to heal them, and we're gonna also have one red. If you have the Vegeta, the Xenoverse one, you're gonna use him instead of Zamasu. And in the bottom, you're gonna have a solo blue. And if you have Rose, you're gonna use him instead of the Cell. In the bench, you're gonna have your two greens. You won't need them for this fight. Just another thing, do not put anyone here in the top right, it's not necessary. For the targeting, we're gonna go with the yellow Tapion first, then the assist unit second, which is the red Great Saiyaman, then third the purple, fourth the other red, fifth the green EX, and we finish with the Dragon Fist last. I think he's tankier than the EX Trunks. So yellow, red, purple, red, and double green. Pretty nice. Our yellows are hit up, and we got a good score for this. Now let's move on to the next fight, which is number 11. In here we have three purple enemies, but one of them is gonna be a tag unit, which is the Krillin and Gohan. They will reverse color turn 2, so we don't need to worry about them turn 1, but turn 2 we need to eliminate them. For the positioning, we're gonna have double yellow in the top row, obviously. In the middle row, I would advise one purple, one green, and one blue. I didn't take this Trunks because it's gonna super, and this fight is not very hard, so I'm gonna save the super for the next fight. And I think it will be more useful. This Zamasu will do the job. But for you, you can take the strongest green you have if you want to, and it should be alright. It's just I wanted to save the super, and Zamasu is good enough for this fight. Then I'm gonna have one blue here. I would advise to have the color Rose instead of the Cell, and the red is gonna replace the Vegeta, the Xenoverse Vegeta, if you do not have him. And obviously your own purple is gonna be the Trunks, which we got all from the event if you farmed him. Now for the targeting, the blue will go first, second is gonna be the Piccolo, and third is gonna be the tag unit, because they will reverse color turn 2, and we need to eliminate them before the turn ends so they don't attack us type advantage. Fourth is gonna be Green Frieza, then Vegeta, then Nail. If your team is lower star, you can go with Nail, then Vegeta. He's gonna go last because he has more star. But this fight is not too hard, so I'm gonna take out Nail last because he does less damage overall. That's all for this, and let's see the result. Perfect. Our yellows are still healthy for the last fight. We got a super with Zamasu, and a pretty good score with everyone. KO'd. Now let's move on to the last fight, which is the hybrid one on the left. Last one, and we're gonna go with yellows in the top row again. We have two purple enemies. Now for this one, I would advise one blue, one purple, one red in the middle, and one green in the bottom. But I'm going to go with two green for this fight and remove the red, because this guy has a super, and I think it will benefit me a little bit better early game in the fight, and it won't be as much as a handicap. But if you do not have like double green super like me, just go with the red here. And of course, if you have the red Vegeta, you must go with the red, which is the red Xenoverse Vegeta. And if you have the Rose, you're gonna go instead of this Cell here, and that should do it. Now I'm gonna switch to a green, obviously, because he has a super. And what I'm doing is red enemy first, then a blue, then I'm gonna go with a green yellow, and we finish with a double purple at the end. Ultimate Gohan will be last because he has more stars, and I think he will be more tanky than the Bula in this fight. Okay, so let's see if we full KO'd. No problem, we finished this fight. Pretty much everyone is healthy. That's all for today's video. We got how many points here? 56.9 million. We could have got over 57 million for sure. I'm gonna do a second round with art boosted character and stronger character, and we will see the difference. I'm not sure what the 1kcc will be because this is the different season where we have 3 summonable units, so it's uncharted territory. I'm not sure what the 1kcc threshold will be. I will let you know next week. Have a good one and goodbye.